Hello everyone, hello intuitive souls. This is Rachel Sawani, author of Intuitive Soul Rising, which is a personal blog on Facebook where I share my channeled messages from the higher dimensional realms and from the angelic realms. I am an angelic medium and channel, and I'm excited to bring to you today the first video that I have produced so far. And I'm also planning on starting a YouTube channel, so hopefully that will be up and this video will be found on there as well as on my Facebook page. Today I am wanting to bring in and channel a message from Goddess Diana. And Goddess Diana, for those of you who are not familiar, is a Roman goddess who is primarily known for being the goddess of the moon, but she is also the goddess of the hunt. So she is a huntress, and her Greek counterpart, or Greek, she's known as in the Greek culture as Artemis. And so I am not that familiar with her energy. Up until recently, I had never channeled her before, but with the new moon coming in earlier this week, or the end of last week, I was really feeling this momentum and this wave of energy coming forward, and kind of pushing me to want to be more creative and expressive and outward with my light. And so that was part of the inspiration behind me choosing this time to come out with my first video. And you know, I just had all of this energy coming through. A couple of nights ago, I really couldn't sleep very well, which is very unlike me. As a busy mom of 3 young kids, I cherish every moment and opportunity I can when I can close my eyes and rest or sleep. So when I woke up in the middle of the night and I had a hard time going back to bed, I noticed I had a lot of anxiety and excitement, nervous energy, around, you know, wanting to do something more, wanting to step it up a little bit, wanting to take a little bit more of a risk and put myself out there a little bit more when it comes to my page, and just introducing myself in this form to those of you who have been following my page for a little while, or those of you who are new to my page. And I just wanted to get some good time in practicing channeling with a new energy who I'm not familiar with. So I asked who would like to come forth to talk about the spring equinox and the new moon energy, and it was Goddess Diana. So I am going to now just kind of settle my mind and clear my mind, clear my thoughts, and tune into her energy, because I already feel that she's here. I channeled a personal message from her today during my meditation, and I know she is waiting to speak with all of you. I just want to ask her to share a message that relates to the group and the collective energy at this time, because the spring equinox, I know, is a big date moving forward, and a lot is coming in, Ascension waves and the like. So I'm just curious what she would like to share with you about that. I'm going to now tune into her energy. She's just saying, hello, dear ones. It is a pleasure to be here, to be brought forward, to speak with you at this time about the new earth energies you are feeling. The spring equinox is an important date, as you all know, or as most of you all know. It is the ushering in of a new season, that of spring, where buds are blossoming and rains are helping to prepare the ground for the new life that is to come. This is very much how I would describe to you all the process you are all going through as individuals and as a collective at this time. You are all very much like new buds under the ground, getting ready to push up through the dirt and to see what it is you have created. This last cycle of winter has been one of hibernation, rest, solitude, understanding, self-understanding, self-reflection. And she's showing the energies, just kind of bringing down the energies, like a calming, an inner quieting of just the speed and the pace at which you are living your life. This winter time is a time for all of these things that I just mentioned. And now it is time to rise again. The new earth is here and calling you to rise. Rise up, dear ones. Be not afraid of what is to come, for it is all for the benefit of your highest good, and it is all to help you grow and blossom into your highest selves, or into the highest expressions of yourselves. That is possible. She's saying the new earth energy is calling you individually by name. And she's saying, she's going like this, and you know who you are because you are feeling her call. You are feeling the push or the call to move forward, to come out of your shell, to speak up your truth, and to just be more, she's saying, like forward with your light. And she's just emphasizing that you're being called forward to step out into a more like lighted space, as if you were standing in the shadow. You're being drawn to now stand in the light, or where the sun is shining. And now she's just saying, and also to feel the warmth of the sun. And she's saying to let the sun bathe you with golden light, surround you with loving energy and a radiant glow as you step out into the world, feeling refreshed and renewed and ready for action. And she's saying action is necessary now. Action, this is a time, she's referring to the spring equinox, this is a time, a call for action. Specifically for light workers and those who are beginning to awaken on their spiritual path, those who are finding themselves in groups and forums such as this, those who are learning how to tune into their own spiritual guides and who are willing to listen and learn from the divine higher realms, who are here to be in service to all of humanity during this process of growth and transition and change. She's saying the road ahead is a long one, and she's talking now about the collective from that perspective, from the perspective of the collective. It's a longer path. It's a longer journey with many changes to come. But as individuals, our journey, or the length of our journey, or she's correcting me, what determines where we end up in our journey, or how we experience our journey day to day, is dependent on our inner world. She's saying what's going on inside our, okay, so she's showing me an image, but this is like a concept I'm going to explain. So it's like she's showing me like it's almost like the inner part of ourselves, the inner self is like a body of water, and there's a reflection of moonlight that is reflecting onto that water, and that, she's showing me, is what's reflecting onto the outside world. So what is being mirrored, so now she's saying what is being mirrored back to you, dear ones, is what is reflected from within. And she's showing and emphasizing, let there be calmness, let there be stillness. Let the water within you be calm and still and reflecting of light, so that your paths can stay clear and true and honorable to who you are, to your authentic being. It's important to stay true to your authentic being, moving forward and moving ahead. And so she's saying self-respect, dignity, self-love, and she's just saying acting in alignment with your highest values and what is true to your heart's purpose and desire is most important in helping to accelerate and open up, she's saying helping to accelerate the energies, but also helping to open up the pathways in which these cosmic events will take place in the collective, helping the collective to shift in consciousness and find a better path that is more of the light and less of the dark. So she's describing it as, she's showing like two paths, one is dark and one is light. Right now there are two paths that are being presented to people. The one of the dark is simply an ignorance or an unknowing, an unawareness, a lack of awareness, she's saying, of what is true and what is truth and what is reality, what is truth and what is reality. And then the other path is light, and that is what is real and what has always been real. And so the truth, the dark, is there to serve the light. She's saying the dark path is there to serve the light by helping those who are trapped in fear or fear-based consciousness, choose a better path. So it's presented with the purpose to have a contrast, but it is in service for the light. So she's stressing all is in service to the light. And she's saying, so when your path is a light or lit up, I guess you could say, with positive intentions and purity of heart, you are taking the higher road. You are taking the higher path, and you are being led to what is safe and good for your soul. And you are also helping others to do the same. So she's saying the other path is there as a choice. It's given for the purpose of having a choice. And those who choose that path are not judged for making a bad choice. They are simply allowed to have the experiences that are required for their own spiritual growth and development in this lifetime and future lifetimes to come. There's nothing wrong with choosing that path. It is there for a reason. It is there for a purpose. But now she's shifting and saying, but those of you who are on the path of the light have already made your choice. And because of this, you are grouping together. You are magnetically being drawn together in greater groups of light to expand and amplify your energies for all of the planet to see, and to help all of those who are ready to make that shift into the higher states of consciousness that is available to all at this time. And she's just saying, this is what ascension, or this is what it means to ascend. It's simply rising above the level of consciousness that is fear-based, that is built on the illusion of separation from God and fear. The only truth she's saying is freedom. Freedom to express your gifts, your intuitive gifts and powers in a feminine way, or in a way that honors and respects the feminine wisdom within. And now she's talking about the feminine rising. And that is really what this shift is all about. And that is what these cycles are all about. The equinox she's referring to is just bringing in greater amounts of the divine feminine energy onto the planet, and allowing these energies to anchor in. And she's showing like building a solid root system within the ground so that nothing can break these energies down. Now is the time for the feminine to rise. And she's saying, and meet the masculine, the divine masculine within all souls, to allow for more freedom of expression. So she's showing that much of the feminine within us has been stifled, has been stunted. The growth of the feminine, the acknowledgement, the validation, the understanding has been very limited of the feminine aspects of self. And just to clarify, like, we all have the masculine aspects and feminine aspects, so it's not an issue of gender. It's more the qualities and characteristics of the feminine energy that would be presented in the yin and the yang, the creator and the creatrix. The feminine is associated with the dark and the moon, the night and the womb and the darkness of the void where creation takes place. This is me explaining this, but I'm listening to see if she's going to add anything to that. But this is kind of the energy that I was feeling around the new moon, because it's really dark, and it's like birthing out of the darkness light. And she's just nodding her head. And she's just saying, yes, this energy or this time of the new moon and the spring equinox is all about giving birth to new ideas, discovering your creative powers, tapping into those, honoring those. And she's just showing like a freedom to move in any direction you so choose, any creative direction. She's showing like a fluid movement of just going with the flow. Like, oh, I feel called to do this today. I'm gonna go do that. I feel like in this moment, I just wanna draw something. She's just showing like fluid movement, going like flowing from here to there, and honoring yourself, honoring that which is calling you from within, that which has been suppressed. So I feel like she's clarifying, and she's kind of bringing me back to something we talked about in the beginning of this message, which was about like the buds coming out of the ground and wanting to speak your truth and be authentic. She's saying this is what she means by that more specifically. She's saying it's all about tuning into your heart, your heart's desire, and she wants you to ask yourself, what have you been suppressing? What needs and desires have you been suppressing within yourself? And she's looking at me, and she's looking at all of you, and she's like, you all have them. Yes, there may be some things that you are doing that are honoring yourself, but now is the time to really dig deep, she's saying, and think about, but what are the things you're not doing? She's saying focus on those, and focus on bringing those to the surface and allowing those to sprout and blossom into new ideas and new potentials. And now she's showing like these are gifts to you. These are gifts from spirit. She's saying many gifts are being offered to you, the Lightworkers. She's specifying. She wants you to look around for opportunities that are coming your way. Opportunities that may not match what you imagined you would want to be doing, or just new opportunities. Anything new, she's saying. It may not even be something you've ever thought to do before or try before. She's really emphasizing new experiences. It's a time for new experiences, new growth, new sprouts. She's showing a tree. She's like, if you are a tree and you've had this trunk that's really well maintained and solid and has been growing, it's time for a new branch to grow off. It starts off as like a little sprout, and then it turns into a branch. She's showing like it's the new life, the new yes, continue to maintain and take care of the things that you've already created, but she's really emphasizing like take advantage of the springtime to try something new, to create something new that aligns with your higher self. And then she's saying, if you're not sure what that is, you can call on your guides to help clarify that for you. But you can also go within through meditation, and quieting your mind and tuning into your heart, she's saying, and just asking your heart, your inner child, what is it you want? What is something new I can create or start or do for myself that I have not considered before? Or what's an aspect of myself that is feeling suppressed or repressed, that is ready to express itself more clearly, more vividly in my life? Yeah, it's really beautiful how she's drawing my attention to that. And it's interesting that that's coming up, because in the meditation that I did, she came to me and we were having, and she was, relaying a personal message. And then towards the end, I had no idea that this was coming, but she offered me a gift, and it was a creative idea, something to do in the physical, or something to create in the physical, something that I could do for others to support them in their journeys that I had never thought of or seen myself necessarily doing in that way. But she gave me a really clear vision, and she said this was a gift, this was an offering for my service, and she said the path is clear going forward. If I choose to do this for others, the path is clear. In the not so distant future, it would definitely be something I would have to, work on getting to a place where that would be possible to do. But the vision was clear, and it was pretty amazing. So I'm getting the sense that she wants to be a part of offering that all to you as well. And she just simply wants you to ask and to look within for your answers, or to, she's saying, call on her to bring that information forth, and she would be glad to do that for you. So now I'm just going to see if there's anything else, any last words, because I feel that was a very powerful message. And I feel her energy kind of like backing off a little bit. And she's saying no. That was the gist. That was it. That's what wanted to come through. That's what needed to be said and heard. But she just genuinely wants you all to know that she loves you. She sees you all as beautiful lights, beautiful budding, blossoming flowers. And she just keeps showing me the image of a little sprout. And I've heard this from other goddesses before, because this is very much like what's happening. She's explaining it's because the likeness to that is so appropriate. It's because of where we are in the cycle of our ascension process. We really are in the very beginning, early stages, where we were seedlings of light being planted. And she's saying 2020 was a year for planting, and 2021 is a year for sprouting. So she said not all seeds will be coming up this year and poking their head out of the ground, because the seeding is still going on. But the first seedlings, the new earth, or the first seedlings, she's saying, those who've been doing the work, the inner work, those who've been heeding the messages from their higher self and their guides, are ready to sprout. And she's going like this again, like, you all know who you are. And many of you are watching this video right now and tuning into this video at the very moment when you are ready to come out of the ground. So she's just saying this. She's just saying, honor that. And she's honoring that in you. And she's just very pleased with how things are going and where things are going. And she's also saying you can call on her if you need grounding energy as well. And whenever you want to connect more to the moon and the phases of the moon. So not just the new moon or the equinoxes and the times of seasons, but she's stressing the phases of the moon. Any of the phases, the full moon. She's saying whatever you want to know about yourself that needs either cleared, released, or just where you're at during the stages or phases of the moon, and what you can do to honor that at those times, you can call on her. And she will help you tune into that energy. So, thank you, Diana. She's stepping away now. But that was, wow. I have to say, I'm really feeling the calmness and the groundedness. And in the beginning, I, did my grounding before I got on here to do the video, but I didn't, there was still a lot of excitement or nervous energy because it's my first video and I'm just, getting my feet wet here, learning how all of this works. But by now I feel very, very grounded, very centered within. So I highly, highly recommend calling on Goddess Diana if you need any of that type of energy. She's very powerful. And I really appreciated what she shared with us today. And I hope you all did too. I hope it resonated on some level. If it did, please like this video, please subscribe. This video will first be posted on my Facebook blog page, Intuitive Soul Rising. If you found this video on YouTube, please go to my page and feel free to join. I do live events there and channeled messages, or at least I plan to. Like I said, this is my first video, but we got to start somewhere, right? So I hope to see you all again soon. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being a part of my support team. And I really look forward to more messages, more fun to come, hopefully sharing more intuitive tips and tricks with you in the future. That's also one of my intentions for this group or page. But anyways, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Much love to you all. Bye-bye.